giving you life and but shut the all down. These lames, these goofies really can't see me. Blind to the finish line, they really can't speed me. I know it's hard to believe they wanna beat me. UPS send them back home, he couldn't beat me. Get it out your throat. And yo, just to keep it real, I ain't the one to glow. But I'm winning and I'm grinning and my numbers up. I'm the big goat bitch spilling out your cup. I'm just chilling and I'm really on my shit. Protecting all my energy, no time for chat shit. I guess some thirsty losers think that I'm a bitch. They see me winning and they make their ass itch. Sorry, not sorry, I'm the 1, 2, 3. Had to lose you to love me, Selena GT. Losing ass bitches always start out as friends, but the first place bitch get all the dividends. Manifest, now I'm blessed. Life is sour, then it's sweet, like the lemon with the zest.
Hello. It is a beautiful Sunday afternoon here in Los Angeles, and it is me. It's time for another Kiki with Mimi. I am your host, your homosexual, your gal pal to some of y'all, CourtneyRevolution. Welcome to a Kiki with me, home of the Green Chair Chats, home of the Revolution Redemption, where it is warranted, and of course, home of, hold on, let me grab it, home of, bam! Speculation, not confirmation. Oh, shout out to Liana Lynn. I'm working, but I wanted to sneak over and show some love real quick. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you guys that do support the channel, whether you want to support using a super chat or want to support me directly through Venmo. Some of you guys like to do that because YouTube does take a portion of the proceeds. However you decide to support, I appreciate all of it. I want to say hi to everyone. Happy Sunday. Shout out to all of you guys that showed up to Club Courtney on Saturday night. We raised some money for the Okra Project. We're going to feed some Black trans lives with those funds, and I cannot wait for all of the money to settle so that I can donate it right away. But y'all, I just want to let y'all know we're going to get into some things today. Let me tell you right now, what are we going to talk about today? We talking about Megan Thee Stallion. We talking about Chrissy Teigen. We're definitely going to take a moment and go into the woods and discuss Taylor Swift. And what else is going on? I think I got a Tamar Braxton update in here because we was talking about Tamar. And definitely we're going to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. A little bit of tea I just want to spill for those of y'all that do watch. If you don't watch, I just want to say you definitely should watch because Real Housewives of Atlanta is an amazing show. Get into it. It's good to watch on a Sunday afternoon like this. You need to start watching Real Housewives of Atlanta if you haven't already. We're definitely going to talk about that show as well. There's a lot sort of to get to the bottom of today. I also got a little bit of Kanye news in there as well. I didn't want to keep making Kanye the thumbnail because I know that he's doing a lot. But girl, he's been doing a lot the past couple weeks. So I just wanted to switch things up a little bit. And we're going to discuss Miss Chrissy Teigen and what she was saying about Megan Thee Stallion. Now, hello, let me jump up in the chat. I see you, Samantha. Happy Sunday. The Michael Show is saying hi, decative. Maybe you're saying detective. Ooh, because I am kind of like a detective. Bam. Dabby the Human is saying hi vibes, and I'm getting my makeup on. Shout out to all of my members of the Cannabis Court. Roll up and self-medicate responsibly. Bam. Shout out to Samantha. She's offering me a cup of Joe. Bam, I got my cup right here. Let me sip with you. Oh yeah. Samantha's ready for the tea. I'm ready for the tea too. But first, as you guys know, and if you're new here, I like to start off every single Kiki with me with a little bit of positivity. So if you're watching live in the chat or if you're watching after, tell me something positive that happened to you, or maybe you know of a celebrity that did something positive this week. Let me know in the chat right now. Oh, I see my girl, Miss Mika. Hey, Mika. Happy Sunday, girl. Love you down, girl. You know I love me some Miss Mika. Let me know what positive happenings are happening in your life. I want to say the positive thing that I did was I held Club Courtney. And if you guys skip out on that, girl, let me just tell you what it is real quick before we get into all of the news. So I do Club Courtney, and I literally just sit and I make a playlist of all of my favorite songs, some of your guys' favorite songs, and I sit through and I play them. And as we play music, we kiki. It's real casual. You get what I'm saying? And we try to raise money for whatever foundation or whatever kind of fundraiser we all sort of agree on. So we decided on the Okra Project. Our good sis Wesley suggested it. Shout out to Wesley. Bam. And we raised some funds, and it's so fun. So if you missed out, I believe it's still up. Shocker. They took down the Taylor Swift, the live album reaction, but they kept up Club Courtney. So that means that we can keep on doing those for right now. So if you missed it, check it out after this and get into all of the good vibes. I see my girl, Jersey Girl J, saying happy Sunday, doll face. Karen is saying hello. Lindsay is saying Courtney went live 3 days in a row. Positive for me. Was it Sunday, Saturday? Well, yeah, technically, because Friday I go live at work at Holly Scoop. So yeah, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Y'all are getting a lot of me this week. Y'all ain't sick of me yet. If you're not sick of me, thank you. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. The Michael Show is saying something positive is that Nicki confirmed that she is pregnant. Shout out to Nicki Minaj, my queen. Shout out to her letting the world know that she is pregnant. Y'all know that Nicki Minaj is my favorite celebrity, and I cannot wait to see her bundle of joy arrive. Do you guys think that Nicki Minaj is going to have a boy or a girl? I feel like maybe she might have twins. You know, we saw in the Trolls video, you know, the eating of the cotton candy, the boy, the girl, and then I believe on her pregnancy bra that she did the photo shoot in, I think it has like one breast has like pink and the other has blue. So I'm thinking maybe it could be like a fraternal twin type situation. Regardless, congratulations to Nicki Minaj. Y'all know she's my number one. That's my ace. That's my queen. I love her. I definitely want to start the show off real quick with a couple of mentions that I wanted to just get out there because I feel that they are important. I was asked to very quickly mention Ross Lynch's mother, and Ross Lynch's mother has stage 3 uterine cancer. So I wanted to send all of my light and positivity to Ross Lynch and his family. If you guys are Ross Lynch fans, definitely send all of your light, your love, your support, and just wrap Ross around with your metaphorical arms. Don't physically hug him because, you know, we have things going on in the world. Also, I wanted to touch on the fact that Regis Philbin passed away, you guys. I love Regis Philbin. The reason why it was sad for me specifically was because when I was younger, you guys know, I'm a mama's boy. I love hanging out with my mom. And like growing up, I remember there are like staple shows that I remember like coming home from school and like hanging out with my mom and watching, and like a few of those are like Walker, Texas Ranger, so I'm a huge Chuck Norris fan. My mom loves like Golden Girls, like I've probably seen every episode of like Snapped and like, you know, the HLN shows, Joy Behar and all that. But she really loved to watch with me Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So I'm really sad that Regis Philbin passed away. He was an incredible talent. It wasn't a COVID thing. He just sort of passed away due to natural causes. I hope one day to sort of leave the kind of legacy that Regis Philbin has left behind because, you know, when he passed away, the world was shaken up. You know, he impacted people. And I hope one day to be able to sort of impact people in the same way that Regis Philbin has. So I wanted to say rest in peace to Regis. Shout out to all of his fans. Shout out to all of his co-hosts and other employees that have worked with him. Shout out to Regis, man. Sad situation. Shout out to Brittany. I see you, Brittany. Trinidad. Hi, yeah, you made it. Yes, you right on time, Brittany. Teresa saying Regis, so sad. Brittany is saying, Brittany talking to somebody else somehow. It made me feel wonderful. Kershell is saying, I cried when I found out that he passed. I loved him on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and Live with Regis and Kelly. Yeah, you know, it's sad stuff when people that you really love and admire pass away because, you know, you never really are like thinking, oh, today's gonna be the day. Also, y'all, we gotta constantly check on Betty White. Betty White is one of my faves. Is Betty all right? Someone let me know. Gabby is saying sending all of the love to Ross's mom, and I think Nicki is having a boy. Ooh, a little Prince Minaj. Listen, Nicki has a boy. I will be here for it. I'm kind of glad that she's kind of been secretive about the pregnancy because when you come out, you sort of open yourself to all sorts of speculation and opinion, and you guys know I love to speculate. So Nicki's been real private in terms of this pregnancy, and I like it. You know, no one wants to see their fave get dragged at all. So, I mean, it's been a nice, quiet time for her, and as a fan, I'm glad. You know what, Barbs? We're all on maternity leave. We ain't gonna fight no other fan bases. We not gonna drag nobody else until Nicki have the baby. Period. Jakara. Oh my God, y'all saw that? Ooh, that's how y'all know it's a live show. Jakara said, "Hi, Courtney. I finally got a chance to get back to watching your Green Chair chat." Thank you, Jakara. Welcome back. I'm glad to have you, and you're just in time because we're about to jump right on in to You Should See. And I'm sure you guys already know. I have two things that I want to talk about this week for You Should See. If you're new, this is sort of like the segment where I like force things on you, where it's like, if you were maybe like thinking about checking something out, I'm the one that's maybe going to try to sell you a little bit on it. And right away, of course, we're going to talk about Taylor Swift. But before we get into Taylor Swift and folklore, I definitely want to talk about two female artists that I very much respect and admire, and I'm going to put you on, even though I'm pretty sure I've mentioned them both in the past. So there's an artist that I love, and her name is Bree Runway. And the thing with Bree Runway is she's not exactly a rapper. She's not exactly a songstress. I just categorize her as like an artist. Like, she's from the UK. She gives you dance. She gives you rap. She gives you pop. She gives you feelings. She gives you good lyrics. She gives you bops. All right? So if you don't know Bree Runway, write that down on your list. Bree Runway. Bam. Bree Runway has just come out with a new song called Gucci, and it's featuring another rapper named Malibu Mitch. And I know for a fact y'all have heard me mention Malibu Mitch before. I love her. Hey, good, better give us some money. She has like that deep little baby Foxy Brown voice. If you love Foxy Brown, Malibu Mitch is definitely giving you that sort of feel. I love the fact that she's tough. Like, she's definitely giving you that tough New York energy. Like, don't cut her in line at the bodega or she might smack off your kufi. Like, you never know. But she's still sort of like soft and sensual. She's beautiful. Both women, beautiful. And what I really, really, really love is the fact that Bree Runway is getting this exposure as sort of like this dark skin, beautiful chocolate woman. You know, we have a lot of our R&B singers, a lot of our musicians in general that get raised up because they're light skinned or they can sort of pass as maybe not being black. And I like the fact that Bree Runway comes out, she does pop music, and she is unapologetically black. Like, it doesn't feel like she's trying to be something else. I feel like it's all pretty organic with her. Y'all need to check out Gucci right away. This is a hit. Bam, let me see. Get into that. Get into the visual. You get what I'm saying? Look at how we could get a social distance with a music video. Look how they did that. Y'all need to check that out right. Ooh, look at her. Break your neck, girl. I love it. They just really give me what I'm asking for. Definitely check out Bree Runway, Malibu Mitch, Gucci. It's a bop. Now, let's take a sip. Ooh. Kershella saying Betty White is going to make it to 100. I'm calling it. Listen, if Betty White make it to 100, girl, we all got to throw her a party. Karen is saying Bree Runway sounds like my type of artist. And then Brittany saying sold, checking them out after the live. I want to say, if you're new to Bree Runway, my favorites from her are definitely Ape Shit. That's probably like her biggest record, maybe. My favorite record from Bree Runway, it's not the big, chorus anthem. It's the song called All Night. It's like, all night, hit me like a radio, all night, ride you like a stallion, so nice, sipping on Bacardi all night. Bree Runway, girl, we need her to make it over here. We need her to get over to America and start working with more of the girls, because I'm ready. I'm ready to stand her. Another Sunday, we got to talk about Rina Sawayama, because I don't have time today, y'all, but I really want to get into... My UK mutuals on Twitter be putting me on. They put me on to Bree Runway. They put me on to Rina Sawayama. Y'all, we're going to have that conversation. But you know what? The conversation has to switch today because I wanted to block out a block of time to talk about Taylor Swift. So I want to ask the chat right now, if you've heard Taylor Swift's Folklore, her brand new album, please put some trees in the chat. Let me know that you have seen Taylor Swift's Folklore because it's about that time. We thought we were out of the woods. Like, I thought we were out of the woods, girl. I woke up this week, y'all, after doing my podcast, over her in the pantry. Like, get this, y'all. Get this. I was doing my podcast over her in the pantry with my best friend Felicia, who lives in South Carolina, our southern queen. And on the podcast, we were talking about, we got our tickets to Loverfest, we got our tickets to the Fine Line tour, and we were talking about, wow, a year is so far away. And on the podcast, I said, you know what? A year is far away. I wouldn't be mad if Taylor gave us something else. I wouldn't be mad if Taylor gave us a little EP. I was just saying, I would not be mad if Taylor gave us some new music. Y'all, don't y'all know that when I woke up the next morning, my phone was blowing up. Like, the episode hadn't even come out yet. I just recorded it. The episode went up on Friday. So if you haven't heard my podcast that I do with my girl Felicia over in the pantry, check it out. I woke up on Friday, y'all, and it was all of a sudden Taylor's dropping a new album. I saw the cover. Miss Mama was in the middle of a forest. She had her good coat on. I don't know if she was hot or cold, but she had a good coat on. And she was just looking up into the sky. She don't want to look down on y'all hoes because she knows she about to deliver, right? So she's looking up. She's a humble queen, right? So I already knew what Taylor was going to give us. I knew that this wasn't going to be 1989. She was going to give us big pop jams. I certainly knew that it wasn't going to be my personal favorite album from Taylor, Reputation. She wasn't going to give us no dark goth pop. She wasn't going to give us that. We're not in the warehouse in the night, y'all. I felt like she was going to give us something natural, something organic, something folksy, of course. I was describing it as, before I heard the album, I said, Taylor's going to give us her best Jewel. For those of y'all that know Jewel, I'm not talking about follow your heart, your intuition, not that Jewel, but the Jewel that goes, he'll save your soul. Both the same woman, but two different eras of time, in my opinion, with Jewel. And I had a feeling she was going to give us that. Anyway, if you guys missed it, the second the album dropped, I was trying to go live so that we could all react together. Apple Music didn't have it up in time. I had to buy a Spotify premium membership. We listened to the album. What do we think about the album? Well, I'll say this. This album is a masterpiece. I can very confidently say that. This album is a masterpiece. Can I tell you why? This album is legendary because it shines a light on something that casual Taylor Swift fans don't catch. When you listen to songs like the Shake It Off or the Blank Spaces, like I think sometimes, and I'm even guilty of that as well. You get caught up in the production of it all. You get caught up in the, ooh girl, when I hear this in the club, I'm going off. Or even something for me that I always look for in music that I'm ready to, pounce on is this fun to sing along to? You know what I mean? Am I in the shower going off when it was safe? Am I down in West Hollywood in Flaming Saddles on my 15th cocktail doing a twirl, shouting these lyrics at the top of my lungs with all my homegirls? These are the things that I look for. And something that I feel like people overlook with Taylor Swift is the fact that this woman is a 10-star songwriter, storyteller, lyricist. This woman writes God-tier material. You get what I'm saying? And that was something that I personally discovered as a fan when I decided to stan. And that was during the Speak Now era. So I didn't purchase my first piece of Taylor Swift music until the day I purchased Nicki Minaj's Pink Friday. I bought Speak Now and Pink Friday the same day. Just off of the Kiki. I said, ooh, well, Nicki's here and girl, I got money and I'm getting Taylor. And when I went home and I was listening to Speak Now, I said, damn, this girl can really write a story. And I had heard all the other songs. I did the self-titled. I did Our Song and Teardrops on My Guitar and Tim McGraw. I've heard all of those things before, but it really wasn't until Speak Now that it clicked. Something in my brain clicked. And this really was elevated songwriting. This was mature storytelling. Do you understand how talented you have to be able to be sitting up in your house? Okay, I'm bored in the house and I'm in the house bored. And then all of a sudden you're like, you know what? Let me write a song about my grandfather. Hold on, let me get this. And the previous owners of this hotel, let me get into this story moment. What? Taylor is able to just tell us story. Like, are you kidding me? She literally gave us the musical equivalent of a quilt. Maybe this patch came from this place, this patch came from this place, this storyline came from here, this storyline came from here. But once you put all of the patches together and you get your string and you sew it and you sew all the pieces together, you truly, truly, truly get a wonderful piece of art. You get what I'm saying? How do you feel about Folklore? Tell me your favorite songs. I've got mine listed because I didn't want to forget. The album is still very fresh to me. Cardigan, I very much enjoy. Invisible String for me is probably my favorite out of everything on the album. It's probably one of the more upbeat ones. And the one, of course, Everything and Exile. I hate to admit it, Bon Iver, even though he won the Grammy over Nicki Minaj that she rightfully deserved, which we can all healthily speculate that perhaps that moment was rigged because we know how the Grammys were treating black female artists during that time, and especially Nicki Minaj. Not to take away from Bon Iver because he's very talented, shout out to him, but these are the things that I think about, after things come out. I like to go out and look back. What did you guys think? Teresa is saying every song was done with purpose and intention, poetic genius. Joey is saying loving the quilt analogy. Haley is saying My Tears Ricochet is emotional AF, and yes, oh my God. I can't listen to My Tears Ricochet if I'm trying to, if I were listening to Folklore before this, I might have needed an extra coffee beforehand, because the thing is this, and here's a moment of honesty. Folklore is not anywhere near my personal favorite, right, of Taylor Swift albums, right? However, that does not take away from the fact that this album is undeniably a masterpiece. I'm confident in saying that. Shout out to you, Samantha. Bam, drop the mic, because Taylor did that, period. You get what I'm saying? Reputation, 1989, Speak Now, Red. I can listen to all those albums back to back, girl. Folding Laundry, Reputation is on repeat. Gorgeous, I know some of y'all feel like that's filler, on repeat. That's an excellent pop song, right? I'm a pop girl. I can't help it. However, I'm mature enough to be able to sit and listen to Folklore and be like, damn, she wrote the hell out of that. You get what I'm saying? I just feel like for those of y'all that don't like it just off of the basis of not liking it, sit and listen. You get what I'm saying? That's all I can say. You're not gonna go out jogging to Folklore. I know I'm not. I need to hear some ass clappers when I'm working out. You get what I'm saying? You're not gonna go on a run and put on Folklore. But when you sit down and you're having a cozy Sunday morning, maybe you're having some tea, drop a little sugar cube in there, bitch, a little almond milk if you will, whatever you prefer. That's when you put on Folklore and you just really, you listen, you reflect, and you feel. You get what I'm saying? An album born out of isolation. And we can all agree collectively together, without being together, that this album was more than great. Joey is saying, I love Exile, August, and the other 14 tracks. Me. Stephanie Minis is saying, Invisible String, My Tears Ricochet, 7, Epiphany, Hoax. I get goosebumps listening to these. Anastasia is saying she did that. Gabby is saying my top 4 is 7, August, Mad Woman, and Betty. Haley's saying lyrical masterpiece. Karen is saying, I love August and Cardigan. And you know what's crazy, y'all, is that I was reading articles that were saying that, Taylor didn't let her label know, and, she just put the shit out, and the alternative stations are playing the hell out of Cardigan. You get what I'm saying? It's almost like even when Taylor is not even trying to do that, and when I say that, I mean she's not even, it doesn't appear as though she's trying to get the number 1 or trying to climb the charts. Girl, Taylor has been there, done that. You get what I'm saying? She's did that. Girl, have you heard 1989, girl? 1989 said, number 1, please. Give them to me. You feel what I'm saying? She wasn't even trying to do that, and now that she's not trying to do that, the people that have been shitting on her in those genres, they're now paying attention to her. When are y'all gonna realize that if you really want to, you can do whatever you want to? Taylor said, you know what? Maybe as a young girl, she said, I'm gonna be a country queen. Bam. Let's get some curls going. I'm gonna be the country queen. Then Taylor woke up one day and said, all right, I don't know about you. I'm feeling 22. We about to do pop. We about to do pop and dubstep, and we gonna shake them girls. Okay, she shook them girls. 1989 came out. She had the girls in the knees weak. Oh my God, the girls was weak in the knees. Some of them. And then Taylor said, you know what? Okay, Pop went under there. Okay, girl, how about I flip the script on them? And, you know, we knew how we was the squeaky clean, you know, red lipstick, cherry lipstick, girl. Okay, girl, we about to go in the dungeon, girl. We about to be up in the Brooklyn warehouse party, girl. Let's give them reputation. Bam. Snake scales and slithering, bitch. She did that. And then she woke up and said, you know what, bitch? Okay, I'm taking the costume off, bitch. Joe, give me my coat, bitch. I'm going on a walk. Take a couple pictures. I'm out in the forest, bitch. We gonna write some folk tales. What? Bitch. Taylor Allison Swift. If Taylor never acknowledges my existence, I don't even think I would care. Just because I know that that girl does that. Period. Ooh. Gabby saying, do we have hopes for Cardigan to debut at #1 on Billboard? I wouldn't be surprised. And she deserves it. Frankly, I think that Taylor has really put out some of her best work, and I can't ignore that. Something that I thought was very interesting and cool of Taylor was the fact that she sent Kobe Bryant's daughters, his family rather, cardigan. I thought that was very sweet of her because she didn't have to do that. She didn't even have to think of his family at all. But I actually just recently found out that Kobe and his family were big Swifties, and they had actually met Taylor during the Reputation Stadium tour. So I thought that was a very cool moment of her to sort of remember that, recognize that, and send his daughter Natalia a cardigan. So shout out to Taylor, always doing good things. How can you not at least like her? You know what I mean? Of course, I'm sure people find and nitpick, and they find a million things to dislike, but I see a lot of good in that young lady. Kershella saying, Taylor found a way to switch up her sounds while sticking to her country roots and still staying relevant. She's been in the game for 14 years and she's still that bitch. Now, let's switch things up, y'all. We went from talking about Taylor Swift, but let's talk about Kanye. Now, Kanye was supposed to drop an album also on Friday, you guys, and there was no goddamn album. Now, the album was supposed to be called Donda with Child last time I checked, and Friday sort of came and went, and we had no album. Now, of course, people are speculating, did Kanye not drop his album because Taylor Swift announced that she was dropping Folklore? And to be quite honest with you guys, I don't think that had anything to do with it. I think Kanye is very weak mentally right now, and I think that anything that he says in terms of business and music, we should just take with a grain of salt. Now, we know in the past, Kanye has missed a lot of deadlines with previous projects. So, you know what? I'm guilty of this as well. I don't even know why I even got myself hyped up that he was going to release anything because, frankly, to be honest, I really just wanted to know if Nicki Minaj was on New Body. And I think a lot of us were. We just wanted to know if Nicki was on New Body, and then the rest, perhaps we were just going to pay dust. I know I was. But you know what? There was no album. As you guys know, Kanye has been tweeting a lot this week, and it hasn't been the best. You know, Kim Kardashian put out a statement about Kanye's mental health, and, you know, I think that Kim was trying to tell us maybe a little bit to go easy on him. And while I do understand where she's coming from as his wife, you know, Kanye has on and off kind of always been a little bit problematic. And I think that it's fair for us to also recognize that along with the mental health aspect of it. I will say this. I am glad, something positive about this is I'm glad that even when Kanye goes through what we perceive to be a manic episode, he has counsel. Because people, they kind of question, where is Kanye's family outside of the Kar-Jenners, right? Because that's my question. Where the family at? Where the cousins is at? Where's the uncles and the aunties? Where are those people for Kanye? Where's his counsel? And as you guys know, Dave Chappelle did fly out there to Wyoming to check up on Kanye, make sure everything was all right. But someone else that checked up on little old Kanye that I didn't know until I actually was just perusing the web, which is why I wanted to bring this to y'all attention, was Justin Bieber. And Justin Bieber and Haley actually are on some sort of tour bus road trip throughout the country. And so they decided to actually go and check up on Kanye. You know, I think that that was very nice. You know, it was a short trip. But Hollywood Life just was sort of reporting that they are close friends. And of course, Justin knows what it's like to sort of be publicly scrutinized. And they really just wanted to talk about music and life. So I can't be mad at that. I am glad that Justin's being a friend. I can give him that. You get what I'm saying? Because I can't say that if I were famous and I saw my friend publicly struggling after me having a history of publicly struggling, that I wouldn't hop on my bus with my partner and, ooh, girl, I'm not even in the shop, and go over and check on a friend. I think that that's very commendable, whether you dislike Justin or not. They can both be villains together. How about that? If you don't like either of them. Villains helping villains. My question to you guys, Rebels, is do you guys think that all of this is going to affect the Gap deal? For those of you guys that don't know, Kanye just sort of signed like this huge, like multiple year deal to sign on and sort of combine, you know, Yeezy and Gap, sort of like this iconic all-American brand. Do you think that these sort of outbursts and missing deadlines and saying the things about his marriage, is that going to cost him these sort of sponsorships? Or do you think Gap is like, girl, the papers are signed, we're gonna make money anyway, girl, it's fine? Ananda is saying, I'm not a fan of Justin, but good for him. And that's exactly how I feel. Joey is saying Scooter with an umbrella. Do y'all feel like this has Scooter vibes written all over it? Do you think that Scooter sent Justin to go check on Kanye? And if so, I wonder, why didn't Scooter go and check on Kanye, right? Very, 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 very interesting. Jennifer is saying, my 20-year-old daughter has bipolar disorder and it is a constant struggle. You know, shout out to all of you guys that are dealing with people that are going through mental health struggles. It's not easy. And of course, you know, once people reach a certain age, it's not even about, you know, trying to help them. It's more so about trying to convince them to go and get the help that they need, because you can't really lock anybody up, you know, once they're an adult. So, Brenda is saying the Gap deal confused me because I thought the Gap was headed towards bankruptcy. They closed the Gap in our mall. Very interesting, Brenda. I hadn't heard that Gap was filing for bankruptcy. If they were filing for bankruptcy and Kanye signed on, though, they would probably make a lot of money, right? If there are bills to pay, they could probably come out of that hole very quickly, probably shorter than 8 years, right? Because I think bankruptcy is like an 8-year process. Don't quote me on that. But JR is saying, you know he's brilliant. He be just fine. His woman got his back. Hey, I don't know. We gonna have to see, JR. We gonna have to see. Freaky Walrus is asking, do we see Kim and Ye staying together or splitting up? All right, here. That's a very good question, Freaky Walrus. Let me put the magnifying glass down for a minute and take a sip, and let's dig into that. Let's press in, right? Is Kim gonna leave Kanye? That's the question. What do you guys think? Tell me, do you think that Kim is going to leave Kanye? And if Kim is going to leave Kanye, do you agree? If you were Kim, would you leave Kanye? I guess that's the bigger question. If you were Kim, would you leave Kanye? Because, you know, there are some people that say Kim should leave Kanye. She's been dealing with his mental health issues for years. She's put up with so much. And then you'll have other people, I've definitely seen some of these comments on Holly Scoop, that say, you know, in sickness and health, right? Sickness and wealth, or I think it's sickness and health. And sickness and health. And right now, his mental health is a little sick. So why wouldn't Kim be there for the long haul? In the same breath, we do know Kim to be married to someone for just a few hours and then break up with their ass. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I guess the biggest thing that I can say, you guys, is this. My mother always taught me, you never know what goes on behind someone else's doors. You know what I mean? In their home. People can appear to have the most perfect life, the most squeaky clean, image. Kanye was just leading us to believe that, him and Kim were just like always having like fun, freaky Parisian sex, and it was just all about the designers and the darling and the couture of it all. And, behind closed doors, perhaps, maybe it really wasn't that. Maybe it really could have been Kim just throwing it out there. Maybe Kim has been a caretaker more than we realize. With all the resources in the world, Kim has been playing caretaker because she doesn't want a source to tell Hollywood Life or The Blast or any of these other outlets that Kanye is very, very sick. And maybe we're just seeing cracks in the foundation. And if she really loves Kanye and she really wants her family to stay together, then that is unfortunate. Druggy Vibes is saying, honestly, I have no idea. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Karen is saying, but what Kanye said about the Kardashians is true. He is mentally ill, but he is not a crazy, lying person. I think that's why Kim is hurt. I don't think they will break up. He knows too much. Nicole is saying, wait, Courtney, did you see Charlamagne said he's been trying to leave Kim? And we know Charlotte is his good friend. I do hope they stay together. And Kanye also tweeted throughout the week, last week, that, he's been trying to get divorced to Kim for months. And you know what, guys? Maybe. If you guys watch the morning tea over at Holly Scoop, during Car Jenner tea time, we've been discussing the fact that, we've been hearing reports that Kim and Kanye, they don't sleep in the same bed. Kanye's been in the studio and, but also in the same breath, we also have heard Kanye say from his own mouth that he's had COVID. So if he had COVID, of course he's not going to sleep in the same bed with Kim. But also we hear Kim complaining that, she has no help with the kids. And even though we're rich and we have nannies, she has no help with the kids and she needs help with the kids. You just don't know. And there are so many conflicting reports. You get what I'm saying, y'all? It's crazy. It's real, real crazy. Let me ask y'all this before we move on. One last time. If you were Kim Kardashian and your partner had a mental health disorder, doesn't have to be bipolar disorder, it could be anything. And your partner embarrassed you this way on a public scale, would you still stay with them? Think on that, ponder on that, discuss amongst yourselves in the chat, and let's move on. Oh, bam. Alrighty, you guys. Now, you know that there has been a lot of speculation, news, and updates regarding Tamar Braxton, right? In case you missed last week and you missed that update or you've just been out of the news, Tamar Braxton, it's been reported that Tamar Braxton unfortunately tried to take her own life. Thankfully, her boyfriend David was able to call 911. She's been rushed to the hospital. Reports have come out that she's been sort of blaming, Weed TV and this new show that she's on that is being produced by Mona Scott Young, producer of Love and Hip Hop. The show is supposed to give us a different look at Tamar. In my opinion, maybe it was supposed to make us like her more, show the real soft human side of her. And then when the trailer was released, it very much was giving off angry black woman vibes as we saw Tamar constantly fighting with, production and, it appears as though she was being difficult. We can't really say. I haven't seen the show yet. Obviously, you guys haven't seen the show, so we don't know. But you know what? I'm sure it was a lot of stress on her. And finally, we have some sort of statement, some sort of update. Her boyfriend came out, David, and he says this: on behalf of Tamar Braxton, I want to thank her fans and the public for their ongoing thoughts and prayers. This is what he told The Blast, by the way. Tamar is a beautifully talented woman, a devoted mother, a loving girlfriend, a dear sister, and a special friend to countless people. This is an extremely difficult time for Tamar and her family as she navigates professional and personal struggles, including her battle with depression. Now, Tamar is currently receiving the best available medical attention to address those struggles and strengthen her mental health, and her family and I will remain by her side throughout her treatment. And then he finishes up by saying mental health is a common issue affecting 1 in 5 Americans. Please continue to send prayers and hope as Tamar continues the path to recovery and ultimate happiness. We ask, please respect Tamar's privacy and her family's privacy during this important time of healing. Now, you guys, I feel awful. This is a very sad situation. I can't put myself in the shoes of a reality star. But you know what? I couldn't imagine, fighting to show this is who I really am, and other people constantly painting you out to look negative or in a certain kind of way that most people aren't going to agree with. And then, people, they make up their minds about you. And then, people might not want to work with you. That's the thing, is that, you try to fight to show people the softer, nicer side of you. And then, they put out whatever. They make you look like an asshole, potentially. And then you don't get brand deals. People don't want to work with you. You can't feed your family. Same thing happened with August Alsina. That's how we got entanglements. That's how this whole entire thing happened. Unfortunate stuff. However, we've got good news. No worries. We've got good news. Because Ciara had a baby. Ooh, y'all hear that note? Bam, I just wanted to show Russell. So, Ciara gave birth to her baby boy recently, and she named the baby Win. So she put up her original post with baby Win, and she wrote, "Happy birthday, Win. Mommy and Daddy love you. Win Harrison Wilson, 7/23/2020, 8 pounds, 1 ounce." And you know what, you guys? I just want to say that I'm very happy for Ciara. You know that she went through what she went through with Future, and that wasn't really the most positive situation. And you know what? Sometimes you really have to take a step back and love yourself and invest in yourself enough so that you attract that kind of positive energy. You know what I mean? That's what I believe that Ciara did. I think she took a step back. She prayed on it, y'all. And she really just loved herself and nurtured herself, and she watered her own seeds. And then she found someone that wanted to plant and share roots with her. And now we got baby Win. Come on, Russell, look at him. Come on, daddy. That's definitely a congratulations. Rhonda was like, wow, I didn't even know she was pregnant. Rhonda, I wish I could pull up the video for you right now, Rhonda, because there's a video of Ciara, and I know a lot of y'all know what I'm talking about. There's a video of Ciara and Megan Thee Stallion, and they're at some award show, I forget which one, and they're twerking. They're getting down in the titanium knees, and Rhonda, I know that Ciara know how to twerk, and she used to have she still does, have the good abs. Shout out to Ciara, and they was twerking. Remember that, y'all? I wish I could pull it up right now, but I can't. I gotta save that for another time, but yeah, that was really good news, and I really just wanted to say congratulations for Ciara, and I wanted to use this piece of news to tell you guys that, life can be stormy. No, Jenner. Life can be stormy. Life can get negative. The waters can get rocky. But all you gotta do is just keep on paddling. Keep on doggy paddling. Keep on, like I just said, you water your seeds. You're the seed. So invest in yourself. Treat yourself. Make sure, treat yourself as well. Stay within your financial means. Treat yourself, love on yourself, so that when someone sees you loving on yourself so much, they're like attracted to that. You know what I mean? They're attracted to your energy. And I really, 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 truly believe that that's what happened with Ciara. You can't give up. You have to always see the light at the end of the tunnel. Ciara could have buried herself into her own hole and been like, no one loves me, and Future did this to me, and I'm never gonna get in a relationship ever again. She could have been one of those people that had that kind of mind state, but you gotta constantly have the mind state to what, y'all? Win! Look at the baby. Sorry, I thought I was cute. I'm not, but I thought that was a great moment. Alrighty, you guys. We're gonna talk about something that I'm very passionate about. And I know even if a lot of you guys don't watch this show, I have to tell you about it because it's my favorite show and I have to share it with you. And I think I'm going to be covering this show a lot more on my channel because I've always wanted to, and for whatever reason, I've always been afraid. But y'all, I love Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm sorry if you don't. Please watch it if you haven't. It's on Hulu. Start from season 1 and just go through the seasons. Someone in here or someone that watches my stuff was like, hey, I went and I started watching Real Housewives of Atlanta. Shout out if you're watching right now, because I forget what your name is, whoever you were, but I love that I had that impact on you, because I love Real Housewives of Atlanta. Bam, let's get into it. So right now, you guys, the filming for Real Housewives of Atlanta has currently started. I know that we're in sort of like this period with Miss Rona and her bags, and she's all over the place, and we're very scared. However, the women have been constantly tested and swabbed to sort of make sure that they're safe. The women that are filming right now, rather. And we're gonna get into that in a second. I wanna say this. Who have we seen thus far? Bam, here's a screenshot. We've got Candy, Burris, that's all the way on the end, Cynthia, we've got Kenya, and we've got Eva. They were hanging out at Eva's house, apparently. Candy posted, this is how Kenya, Cynthia, and the other girls and I were smiling after the fried ribs and pineapple upside down cake that Eva Marcel cooked. So good. Yum. Now, here's the thing, y'all. As far as we knew, the fans, Eva Marcel was no longer part of the show. It was sort of revealed to us that perhaps maybe she did not receive an offer letter, or she was demoted sort of to friend of the show. And then Eva started coming out and saying, you know what, my time has come to an end with Real Housewives of Atlanta. And we were sort of under the impression that she had moved on. However, you guys, we are in sort of this period of quarantine and, the coronavirus, unfortunately. And I don't know about you guys, but right now I am not turning down any bags. I am not turning away any money at all whatsoever. If you've got a job and you're paying, bam, I'm gonna do it. And even though me and Eva Marcel certainly are not on the same level, especially financially, I'm sure, she, I'm sure, needs a check, you guys, unless Eva has her own spinoff series she's about to come out with. I don't understand why she would turn that down. So it appears as though Eva may be back to filming. Kind of hard to say in what sort of capacity she might be filming in, but I can confirm that she has been filming with the ladies that have been filming thus far, and I think that's kind of exciting. She's not exactly my favorite on the show. I would sort of like to see her do something else on reality TV. I don't really feel like she fit in with that cast all the way, but you know what? How about this? If Eva can sort of come in as a friend of the show and sort of close out her story, I'd be all right with that. I wouldn't be mad about that. Now, I do want to say that Miss Portia has not been filming yet. It's been sort of confirmed by Bravo that Portia has been under sort of like a quarantine, and I'm sure once that quarantine period is lifted, she'll be able to film with the other ladies. I'm sure a lot of reality shows are doing this, you guys, like before they get to test, what am I talking about? Before they get to filming and talking and breathing all over each other, I'm sure that there needs to be some sort of mandatory like 2-week period before you can just run out and start being around people all willy-nilly. So I am sort of glad that Bravo is taking that precaution. I just would be a little afraid. Nicole is saying, love, who's your favorite Real Housewife of Atlanta? Y'all, just keep it real. I'm a Nene Leakes girl. Love Nene Leakes to death. She is Real Housewives of Atlanta to me. In terms of some of the newer women, I very much am she's not newer anymore, but I've very much come around to Portia recently. I love Portia. I think that she brings fun, young energy to the show. And who else? I want to say that I love Tanya. If you guys know Tanya on Real Housewives of Atlanta, I love Tanya because I feel like when I watch reality TV, I love to see characters that don't feel like they know that they're on reality TV. Like Tanya to me was just sort of like a scientist that lived in Atlanta, and then she met Nene one day. Nene was like, hey, do you want to be on the show? And she was like, all right. And she just plans fabulous trips, and she's fabulous. I do want her to get a peach. I'm not so sure if she wants to get a peach. I prefer Marlo Hampton to have a peach. So in case you guys don't know, we have interviewed a couple of Real Housewives over at Holly Scoop. We've interviewed Cynthia and Mike Hill. We've interviewed Kenya Moore, and we've interviewed Marlo. And I very much would love Marlo to have a peach. I do understand that there's sort of like the moment that happened years ago with Marlo using the F word slur towards gay people. However, since then, Marlo has apologized. Marlo, in my opinion, is not homophobic, especially after speaking with her, obviously off camera and, interviewing her. I don't believe that she's homophobic. I do accept her apology, and I do think that she has worthwhile story to tell in the series. But anyway, y'all, I'm going on and on. Let's talk about who we think could be on the cast. So we've been hearing about Drew Sidora. And if you don't know, Drew Sidora was on The Game. If you've ever seen the show The Game that had Derwin Davis and who was it? Tia Mowry was on that show. Very good show, very excellent. She was on that show playing herself. And she also did the TLC biopic and she played T-Boz. Very interesting. It's been sort of rumored for the past couple of seasons or 2 years now that maybe she was going to join the cast. Not really sure if she's going to fit in, but we'll have to see. The show is very much trying to do the young thing, and I definitely agree that they do need to sort of do a younger sort of arc on the show. It needs a little bit of refreshing, but I'm not sure if Drew Sidora is the right pick. We'll have to see. Someone else that they've got sort of in the wings that we've been hearing about for more than a season, potentially to receive a peach, is this LaToya Forever. Now, just to be transparent, you guys, I used to watch LaToya Forever on YouTube. She's a family YouTuber. I used to watch her before she had the damn family. Years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. I know that you could click on her channel and you would hear, "What's up, crazy?" And she was just so funny, good personality. Apparently she's got a lot of drama with her baby's father or her fiance, her husband. Maybe that she's getting a divorce. Something's going on there. And they're trying to get her on the show. I've been hearing that maybe her husband or whoever her partner is not really with the filming, and maybe that's making her peach a little shaky. However, I want to raise the question, y'all, right? If Portia's not filming yet, and Eva is filming, Portia's quarantined, where are all these people getting sources from that are saying that LaToya Forever and Drew Sidora are filming for Real Housewives of Atlanta? I'm very curious. If people are already filming, how do we know that these two women have already been chosen? We would have to see them test, right? Sutton on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. If you don't watch, Sutton is sort of a friend of the show, but she was testing as if she was going to be a housewife. So I feel like we can't really make these speculations, not confirmations. We can't really make these speculations until we see maybe LaToya at an event, or Drew Sidora at an event with one of the ladies. I'll just say, keep your eyes open. And the last thing I want to say about the Real Housewives of Atlanta before we move on is the fact that when it comes to Nene Leakes, things have sort of been up and down. Is Nene getting a peach? Is she not getting a peach? We have all sorts of sources coming out and saying, we have Love B. Scott, who, shout out to Love B. Scott. Love B. Scott's sources, especially when it comes to Real Housewives of Atlanta, are usually very spot on. So I know whenever I'm looking for Real Housewives of Atlanta tea, I always try to check out Love B. Scott and Straight from the A, I believe it's called. Shout out to both of them. Shout out to all the blogs that always give us the good tea. So it's been sort of rumored that Nene may lose her peach. It sounds as though Nene's still negotiating, though. You get what I'm saying? Maybe Nene wants a lot more money than Bravo's trying to give her. I feel like she's deserving because she's sort of the face of Real Housewives of Atlanta to me. We'll have to see. I've been hearing that Nene's getting a new show on the E! Network, though. So, that could be sort of a save face or excuse if Nene does not appear in full capacity on this upcoming season, season 13 of Real Housewives of Atlanta, because she's got sort of this stylist side show she's got going on that's allegedly going to be on E! So if she's not on the show, I can almost guarantee that will be the excuse. Sort of like Nene being oh no, I can't do it. I'm not over hanging out with these girls. Child, please. I got my own thing. Make sure y'all check out Celebrity Stylist, whatever. I'm already seeing on her Instagram that she's sort of taking pictures with stylists and, maybe she's already filming. So shout out to Nene. You get what I'm saying? If you're the kind of person that's always being painted out to be a villain, maybe it's time to, at least for a season, take a break, get on a platform where you could show a more positive, fun, lighthearted side. And then once people can sort of get that side of you, then go on back and shake the table one more time. Shake LaToya and Drew Sidora right off the table. Like, I'm here for it. So yeah, that's my Real Housewives of Atlanta tea. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. This is like my favorite show, so I always kind of want to get things right, but I wanted to have that discussion with you guys. If you haven't seen it, start checking it out, because I'm going to be talking about it more and more and more. Maybe I'll even start doing like a weekly side update thing when the new season starts. Who knows? We'll have to see. But let's move on, y'all, because Doja Cat's dumbass got coronavirus, and it is a mess, and it is very sad. And the reason why I say dumbass, I don't mean it in a derogatory term. I say it because she's so damn goofy, y'all. I'm not saying it like she deserved it. Like, I'm glad she's got corona. Like, I definitely don't mean that. But I just want to read the quote that she said, and that's why I said dumbass. So Doja Cat was speaking to, let me get it right, Yinka and Shayna Marie on Capital Extra, and she said that she contracted the coronavirus and COVID and all of that. And she said, I got COVID. Honestly, I don't know how this happens, but I guess I ordered something off of Postmates, and I don't know how I got it, but I got it. She's silly. Y'all, I just want to say this. I'm using Doja Cat as a public service announcement moment. So, yeah, she's on the docket, whatever, but I really just want to say this. Y'all, COVID, she don't discriminate. She don't care if you're famous. She don't care if you're black, white, male, woman, non-gender identifying, conforming. She don't care. Please continue to wash your hands. Please continue to wear your face masks. Please continue to do the right thing. By the way, y'all, my face mask, y'all lucky I don't have one of the samples up here. I would have ruined the surprise. Y'all, I got 2 face masks coming out, and both face masks gonna have multiple colors. Wait until y'all see those. I'm waiting on my last sample to come in because I want to make sure that the other kind is just as good as the first one. Y'all, wait until y'all get them face masks. It's going to be lit. And my face mask going to be cheaper than Kylie. So you ain't got to worry about that. It's going to be cheaper than Kylie. I don't even need to really make no money off of it. So I just want to make sure that y'all are being safe. Lordy, Doja Cat, please be careful. I also want to say, I'm not sure exactly because I need to do a little bit of homework. However, I want to say that it appears as though the overall consensus on Doja Cat is that she is not canceled. Apparently, Doja Cat hanging out in the chat rooms are fine. Apparently, Doja Cat was just there. We'll have to revisit that because I want to do some investigating so I can form my own opinion, but I have been saying, I've been seeing that on Twitter more and more and more. Is Doja Cat our problematic fave? Or is Doja Cat not as problematic as we think? A question, but not for this week. We're going to have to get to the bottom of that. Think on that, marinate on that, and we'll come back to that on a different episode. But I do want to really get into the last story of the day. Lordy help us. Last story of the day got to do with Chrissy Teigen. And I never thought that I would be talking about Chrissy Teigen here on this channel because, I mean, I don't have a problem with Chrissy Teigen. I feel like there are like a lot of people that are like aggressively, like they hate her. They hate Chrissy Teigen. I don't think I hate Chrissy Teigen. I'll say that today. I don't think I hate Chrissy Teigen. There are a lot of people that do. I don't have enough of an opinion about Chrissy Teigen to hate her like as aggressively as everyone else. I know that there's some sketchy stuff going on with her tweets and stuff, but I personally haven't been as invested in that to really do my homework and research into that. So y'all tell me, do y'all feel, are y'all feeling Chrissy Teigen or what? Because I'm kind of curious. Let's get into what happened with her though, and Megan Thee Stallion, and I want to know how y'all feel about this. So basically, Chrissy Teigen, there was like sort of this like tweet trend, this meme going around, and there was a television writer, and his name was Neil Scoville, and he tweeted, "I have a Charles Manson joke, and it kills." Okay. Chrissy Teigen quote tweets it, and she writes, I have a Megan Thee Stallion joke, but it needs to be twerked on. And then she writes, before you start, I love her. Then she came back and tweeted, I'll delete because you guys are so effing annoying. Just unfollow me, you absolute tools. Then she went on to say, I used the play on words joke with a celeb and something they're known for with Meg and twerking, and I should have known that it is just not the right time, especially for something so dumb and shitty and pointless as the joke was. Making anyone feel reminded of a terrible time or letting you guys down sucks more than anything to me, so I am sorry to Megan and anyone who thought this was about the incident at all. You'll say someone else wrote this or that. I don't mean it. And that's always the punishment for having said it in the first place, so I'll take it. Y'all, what the hell is wrong with people? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. What is wrong with people? I'm torn, right? I gotta be honest, right? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, because this is a safe space. Feel free to say how you want to, what you want to say in the chat. Obviously, the rebels of the revolution, y'all are my people. I understand, right? I understand that. Well, let me ask you this. Let's kick off the conversation. If you were Megan Thee Stallion, would you be offended by these tweets? Would you be offended by the original tweet? Start there. Let me know in the chat. Bam. Boom. Let me know how you feel. I just want to know why, out of everything going on and out of every celebrity you could have used that joke for, why you had to choose Megan Thee Stallion. That's my question, right? Now, I know that the intent, I don't believe the intent was to be negative. It was just poor taste and awful timing, correct? Period. Let me say that. Now, shout out to Freaky Walrus, because I see you. I didn't think her tweet was nearly as wild as what Drea said. Now, for those of y'all that don't know, Drea was up there on somebody's podcast, and she said something to the effect of, and don't quote me, she said something to the effect of like, yeah, I would love some guy to love me enough where if I tried to get out the car, he would say no and shoot my foot out. The fuck is you talking about? The fuck? What type of dumbass bird shit is you talking? Sorry, y'all. I didn't. What in the pigeon? That was, y'all, I gotta be honest. That was bird shit, what Drea said. She was sitting up there like the only bird, talking like a bird over some shit that was not funny. And Megan's response was absolutely warranted. I don't know if Chrissy's was that bad, though. I will say that. I kind of feel like Chrissy kind of gets jumped on a lot, but I can agree with the fact that, girl, that was awful timing. That was a tasteless ass joke. And on top of that, it wasn't even funny or clever. Like, I feel like I would have seen any viral tweet that said that. You get what I'm saying? The point I'm trying to make, y'all, I guess out of all of this, is why do so many people feel like it's okay to make light of Megan Thee Stallion being shot? You get what I'm saying? Like, this is someone that came into the entertainment industry that was like, look, that Nicki and Cardi shit, I don't give a fuck. One is Lil Wayne, one is Lil Pump. Would you compare the two? No, I'm not fighting with y'all. I'm going to twerk on the stairs with Lizzo. I'm going to have y'all drive the boat. Like, LOL, my iron knees. Like, LOL, I want my gay fans on stage to twerk with me. Like, this is a girl that has, like, gone out of her way to not cause any issue. She unfortunately has this thing happen to her, this chaotic event happen to her that we're still trying to get the details of. And y'all just feel like it's just like some shit to just laugh at. But I'll tell you this, there would be nobody laughing if it was like Britney Spears that was shot. I'll say this, and that's no shade because y'all know I love Britney, but if Ariana Grande got shot, y'all would not be laughing and making memes. I'll tell you that much. So I just wonder sometimes, like, why it gotta be Megan Thee Stallion. Why? Because she's a savage. Why? Because she's a black woman. Why? Because black women are always looked at as supposing to be, like, you're a black woman. You're supposed to be strong. You're supposed to be the caretaker. You're supposed to take them bullets in the foot and then walk your ass back and forth across the ground while the police is sitting up there yelling at your ass off a megaphone. I just don't understand, like, why people think that that's something that's comedic. You get what I'm saying? I don't find the comedy in that. Jersey Girl Jay is saying, if it were me and I was Megan and this is how I handle my situation, Chrissy doesn't pay her bills, nor is she a factor in her life, so keep it moving. I agree. And I'm glad that Megan hasn't said anything. Nicole is saying, I wouldn't be checking for tweets if I was Meg, but if I got time, I would not be here for it. Not today. Kershell is saying, poor taste and joke, but she apologized and it seemed sincere. Hey, so we've got kind of like a mixed situation here. Freaky Waros is saying, no, it wasn't about her shooting and she likes to twerk. I guess she could have used Lizzo. I agree. I feel like there's 50 million trillion women out there that are famous that we know that like to twerk, and she could have used any of them, like literally any of them. You know how many female rappers we got now today? Doja Cat. Could have said Doja Cat. Doja Cat be twerking her ass off. You get what I'm saying? But Megan came to mind. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know. It rubbed me the wrong way, but I mean, sometimes celebrities are just tone deaf. We've seen it, happen time and time again. And like I said, it creates conversations like this. So we can come up here on a Sunday and kiki and hee and all of that. But I want to say this, y'all. Give this video a thumbs up if you like today's show. I'm gonna say that, girl. If you had a good little old time, because we did something a little different, girl. I done switched up the thumbnail today. We got into some Real Housewives of Atlanta. I said protect our black women. Wow. We did that today, y'all. Oh, let me get Megan off the screen. And that about wraps it up for today, you guys. I really appreciate you guys. Those of you guys that were at Club Courtney last night and then you woke up early to jump right into things again with me in the green chair. I really appreciate you guys coming and showing up. I had a blast last night and I had a mad fun today. I can't wait to see what else is going to unfold this week, because you already know I'm going to be back next Sunday spilling all of the tea and getting down to all of the hottest news and pop culture stories. So if you're new and this is your first time, of course, click subscribe, ring the bell, stay a while. If you missed any of the older episodes, y'all, I got 18 other episodes of this, like 18 hours of me kikiing and having good discussions with the rebels of the revolution. But yeah, let me skedaddle and get out of here, you guys. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys so much. Please place some green hearts in the chat as I make my exit. But no worries, you guys. I will see you next Sunday for another Green Chair Chats and another Kiki with me, CourtneyRevolution. Make sure that you guys always understand that the world, let me not knock anything over, the world keeps spinning, and so shall you. Make sure that you guys always continue to see through the PR. And until next time, you guys, I'll be, what am I going to do? Oh, there we go. I'll be seeing you. Bye.